What's up everybody, I'm SubPhex and today I'm going to show you how I made two of my tracks from my newest EP, Shattered Spaces. What you see in front of you is basically the whole track and I'm going to go through the main elements and how I layered it and put it all together. The main thing that drove me to make this song was this sample that I found. I stretched it, pitched it, and I put a lot of effects on it. This is how it sounds without any of that.
Could it be you calling me down?
This is how the vocal sounds with the effects on.
Could it be you calling me down?
Then I put some piano and some strings in it.
My foolish heart turns at the start.
We have these drums that escalate throughout the whole song. We start off really simple, and then it escalates a little more. Now we are at the first verse. Here I introduce some bass, atmosphere, put everything together with the piano and add more hi-hats and more drums. On this track, I actually just went straight to the drop. I didn't build it up because it just felt like the right place to do it. So it just continues for a little while and then we have the drop. The trick to this drop and why I personally think it sounds super dope is harmonic layering. Like I'm layering a bunch of different sounds in different frequency ranges, yeah, but they're also layered in harmony. Listen to these leads. And then we have the second one that's detuned and plays different notes. But it doesn't really make sense until the bass comes in. And then I layered them with some like bit arp chords, whatever this is. Then I have like a simple wobble. This is just some preset that I modified, mixed it and compressed it, so together everything comes together. The second part of the drop is a little bit different. We move away from the main leads and introduce this talking, growly bass. And then in the background we have this other bit arp together with the bit arp that I made before. And then pull it together. Meanwhile, the drums are just going hard at it. Also, this snare is pretty cool because it's a combination of just the impact and the tail. Just put a lot of reverb on the tail, make it big. Moving on to the second verse, just a continuation of the first thing, really. The second one also ignores the standard build-up. I kind of combined the verse into a build-up. The kicks change and then some effects come in. This whole drop is obviously a Flux Pavilion reference. He's fucking an OG, super dope producer. Some different rhythms. We have the leads doing one thing and then it has another layer on top of it. This is the lead on its own. And then we have the layer on it. And combine it with a sub and some bit chords. The same wobble from the first drop. And then the outro is just the verse without the vocal. There you go. That's basically the premise of the song. A couple of symphonic elements, bass. Without those melodic leads, the way they're set up, it wouldn't work, but it does. And then you have the bass in the middle, keeping the tone of the song. And yeah, I hope you like this one. Alright, and this is the second song that I'm gonna show you. It's called Fumes. This one is really trippy and I tried to make a brand new, like, unique twist that I haven't done before. We're starting off with actually like a hip-hop beat. This is pretty chill. Once again, I decided just to move immediately to the cool part. I'm trying to escalate the sound design throughout the whole thing. We start out with some deep low plucks that are kind of opening up and then going away and then coming back in and opening up again. Like that's what this whole thing is about, really. And then I have really simple drums in the beginning, really nothing other than the kick and a snare. Then throughout the song, I'm introducing this hi-hat. I'm trying to keep it simple, really. I also thought it would be a good way to make space for the bass and all the other sounds. There's not much going on, but I really just wanted to use the space. The second part of the first drop, we kind of escalated. Now this is where I just wanted to make like a really crazy sound that sounds random, but is like not random enough so it still makes sense. It's basically me automating different parameters and the sub to also fit the movement of the sound. What really makes this sound is this plugin called Portal. Is this crazy? It's just, I can't explain this plugin. It just makes anything crazy. Then I just automate the parameters inside it and try to match them. And then it just escalates and gets more and more crazy. But yeah, the sound is really sick. After the drop, I kind of have this transition that I'm super proud of. Here I introduced this space pad from Analog Lab, which has like all these analog sounding sounds, and then I just put some reverb on it, blow it up into the space, and I layer it with a pad. There's a lot of things coming together as always, and I have this rhythmic bass that wasn't there in the beginning. And then there's this crappy flute. I just wanted a crappy flute. I could have gone with the better sound, but for some reason I just felt like going with this. And here I actually have more drums, even a drum loop and a perk loop layered with the hi-hat from the last parts. And then the drop 2, I just went a total different direction there again. And then I do this variation with that sound, and afterwards we go on to like a gnarly growly bass. This one I actually made totally from scratch a long time ago, used for a totally different song, like a dubstep bootleg that never came out, but yeah, I had to mess with it more. It got pretty sick. And then yeah, on the outro we're just removing a couple of elements, just floating off really. So yeah, that's basically it. Some deep bass patterns, different sound design on the drop, different variations of the same concept, escalating in speed and then washing out. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this creative thing. I really spent a lot of time trying to make this right, so yeah, hope you enjoy this. Also, if you haven't checked out my EP yet, it's out on all platforms. It is super dope, and I'm super proud of it. It has 6 songs, each of them unique, different types of variations from different types of electronic genres that I enjoy. And if you're an electronic music listener, there is something for you, I am 100% sure of it. Hope you enjoy these walkthroughs, and talk to you next time.